What's up all you cool snakes and neonates? How's it going? I hope you're all keeping well. So today in Scotland, it's horribly wet and cold. It's no good for us, but it's absolutely perfect for our new arrival. Or should I say arrivals. So if you guys have seen the thumbnail, you'll know what these new arrivals are. Kirsten has wanted one of these guys for a long time. She loves these guys, and so does Samuel, but they never had one. Now, they turned out to be a fan of the YouTube channel and a fan of our business, our off-the-scale experiences, had been successful in breeding their axolotls. They had about 350 eggs. They kept them and figured, well, maybe if a couple survive, that's good. About 250 survived and thrived, so they have done absolutely fantastically. All the links are going to be in the description below. We'll talk a bit more about that later on. They've gifted us a couple of axolotls for the Reptile Rich household, which Kirsten is super excited about. She's got the tank all set up. She's got it all running. It's all cycled or almost finished cycling. It's ready for them to go in. So she has done a fantastic job. It was actually one of the tanks that came with the tarantulas that we bought a wee while ago. It was sitting in the attic doing nothing, and I was like, well, if you want an axolotl, we have everything here to keep one, so why don't you just go for it? So we just needed a couple of bits and bobs, filter and all that kind of stuff, substrate, and it was ready to go. So Samuel doesn't actually know we're getting this animal. He loves axolotls. He's always wanted one, just like Kirsten. And we've wound him up because he's seen us setting up the tank, so we said to him, you know, we're setting up this tank for a customer who wants us to get it set up for them and things like that. And when the box comes in, I'm going to tell him, you know, we're feeding the turtle or something like that. I need a hand with filming. So we're going to see how Samuel reacts to meeting his new pet axolotls, which I'm sure he's going to be thrilled about. Kirsten's at work, so she doesn't even get to see them until she comes home. So guys, without further ado, let's get into the unboxing of these two axolotls. This is just going to be a short clip. Right, you ready?
Yes. What did you
Okay
get?
guys, so we've got the live food for Shelley here. This is the moment of truth. Right here.
What is that?
What is that?
Fish. Axolotls!
It's two axolotls.
One for us?
No, both for Shelley to eat.
What? No, you're putting them there.
No.
No, you're putting them there.
So guys, this is our new pair of axolotls here for the Reptile Rich household. Yep, these are our pets.
What we get? What is ours?
Eh?
They're ours.
Oh yeah, these are ours.
How about we're giving them to someone else?
No.
Yes!
You like that?
Yeah.
So there we go. We've got two axolotls in this. Look at these cuties.
I love axolotls. My mom was always wanted one when she was younger. And
Yeah.
younger. She told me about it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, good
She loves the way
size.
she smiles. They're so cute.
Yep, they're both happy and healthy in there.
Oh.
There we go, guys. Two wonderful, healthy, chunky little monkeys. So what we're going to do, we're going to pop the bag in here, we're going to acclimatise them. What acclimatise means is we're going to leave the bag in that water there, because this temperature will be different to this temperature. If you pour them straight into that water, they'll get a shock. So you do this with fish as well. So what we'll do is leave this bag on the top, in the top, and for about an hour, half an hour, and it'll let this temperature of this water slowly match that temperature of that water, so it won't be as much of a shock when we pour them in. And of course, I don't want any of this poopy water going in there, so I'm going to take some of that water out, pop the bag in, and then when it comes to putting them in, I'll sort of net or sieve them out and pop them in there without any of this poopy water.
We got axolotls!
We got
Mom said we're giving them to someone.
Yeah, that was just a joke.
Yay!
These are our axolotls.
We got two!
We've got two.
Are they friends?
I hope so. So we're just going to leave that like that, let them acclimatise, and then pop them in. Alright, so it's been about 40 minutes or so let's get these guys in here. I don't like them sitting in that poopy water any longer than they have to. I've got a sieve here, so I'm going to sieve out that water and pop them in here because I really want as little of that poopy water going into our nice clean cycled water as possible. Trip if you've got a tied up bag like this, twist the top and it'll push through a lot easier, like so. You twist that top bit and it'll push right through like that. I've got my sieve. I'm going to sieve that water out into a container down here, and hopefully all goes to plan. In case it doesn't go to plan, I have washed my hands with just water because these guys do have sensitive skin. There's one. We're just going to go like this and do the other one. Come on, buddy. There you go. Woohoo! And they're in. So guys, massive shout out to Peas Axolotls. That's where I got these guys from. All the links will be in the description below. When you're looking at this video on the YouTube channel, a little down arrow where you can find all the details, the description of the video is where I always put all of my details and anyone else's details that I shout out in any of the videos. So check out Peas Axolotls on Facebook. That's where I got these guys from. The story goes that she originally took in a couple of axolotls with damaged gills. They flourished, so she decided to get them a couple of friends. She was told it would be very difficult for them to breed, but she absolutely nailed the husbandry and they bred. So she had a litter of eggs. I think it was about 300 and 350 eggs or something like that. And not expecting any of them to survive, she did her best with them, and about 280 of the eggs survived and flourished. She did an amazing job, and she's been selling them ever since. She's decided to start breeding and selling them here in the UK. So if you guys are in the UK, she still has some left from this litter, and I think she might have some eggs for her next litter. I'm not entirely sure, but hit her up and she will be able to help you out. She has been absolutely fantastic at giving us tips, helping us set up our enclosure. Any questions you have, she will answer straight away. She's absolutely wonderful and fantastic at what she's doing. You can see from these guys here, they are fantastically healthy. They are a perfect shape. They are perfect health. There's no nips in the fins, no appendages missing. Gills are lovely and puffy, and they're just absolute perfection. And I would highly recommend Peas. So easy to deal with, bish bash bosh, and it's done. She is really good at what she is doing right now, and I wish her all the best in continuing to do so. And again, guys, if you want an awesome, amazing, healthy axolotl here in the UK, then hit her up and get set up. We are quite lucky here in Scotland that we have some of the best quality water from the tap. We don't really have to do anything for these guys. It's safe for them. We've tested it and everything, and it's actually perfect for the axolotls, straight from the tap where we are here in the middle of Scotland. So I mean, we have no doubt that these guys are going to flourish. If they don't, it's going to be our own faults, that's for sure. But we're very lucky at the quality of our water here in Scotland. But yeah, hit up Peas Axolotls and she will sort you guys right out with an amazing, lovely, slimy puppy. Look at the little cute face. Isn't that a cutie? So this is day 2. These guys have been here about 24 hours now. They're doing really well, chilling out. So the green one with the black spots, and I noticed he's got white spots on his tail as well. I named this one Axton. Bonus points if you can get where that is from. And the black one is Kirsten's, and she's named that one Newt's Commander, Salamander. Bonus points if you can get where that one is from too. The axolotl is a fantastic, fascinating animal. Not just to look at. I mean, looking at the axolotl, they are so almost alien-like. As adults, They look like tadpoles with legs. They never sort of leave that juvenile stage. They have that massive rudder tail, those tiny little legs, those external gills, the gills on the outside of the body, and they have those giant big puppy dog heads on them. They're so cute, so interesting, these guys. Some fascinating facts about them. They can regenerate limbs, tissue, even part of their brain, if it's lost, can regenerate. Crazy animals. So they're very hardy when it comes to damage. Not so hardy when it comes to water parameters, but we're going to do a care video on these guys at some point. But they're a very sort of tough animal in that sense. Another pretty cool fact is as they get older, because they never leave the water, they have so many different ways of absorbing oxygen. Of course, they've got those feathered gills on the outside of their body for absorbing oxygen. They can also absorb oxygen through their skin, believe it or not. They can absorb oxygen through the insides of their mouth. And as adults, they even develop lungs. They have internal lungs. So these guys have so many ways of absorbing oxygen. They're definitely never going to drown, that's for sure. Fascinating, fascinating little creatures. Oh, he's going for a bite. Are you getting a bite, buddy? They couldn't figure out how to get in the jar, so I've had to tip the jar on its side there. Oh, that was a big bite. I seen that nom. Oh, big noms. Big noms. Good boy. Common in the pet trade. They have been kept as pets for over 100 years, believe it or not. But in the wild, they're not doing so good. In the wild, they're actually possibly even extinct at this point. Last I heard, there was between 50 and 1,000 in the wild. Due to climate change, invasive species, water contaminants, all that stuff, because they're only found in 2 lakes, we'll say, because they're not in Scotland, so we'll not say lochs. We'll say they are lakes because they're outside Mexico City in Mexico, so they're only found in 2 lakes in the world. Very unique species, and as I say, possibly at this point extinct from the wild. So even though they're common in the pet trade, which is fantastic because it means that we can still enjoy this awesome, amazing, unique animal, but unfortunately in the wild, you're probably never ever going to see one in the near future, that's for sure. These guys have settled in fantastically. You see all their little feet prints around the sand. They've been out doing a nice little explore. They've had a feed, so they're doing well. They are not stressed out, they're just chilling out. We changed the sponge in the filter to a finer sponge to reduce the flow because I was worried about the flow being a bit much for them. They seem to be doing just fine. Gills and everything are all a nice colour. I'm not going to lie, I've never kept axolotls before, so we are going to be learning as we go with these guys. Of course, I've done my research, but there's only so much research can do for you. You will learn a lot as you go when you're keeping animals. But these little cuties are doing fantastically. So this is Axton, and the black one is Newt. Wherever he is, somewhere at the other side of the tank. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope you let me know what you think in the comments below of our little cuties here, our little chunky monkeys. These awesome little animals. They're not a handling animal, but they're definitely cute as you'll get. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think of these guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're going to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, and when we do, I think I'm going to try and get merch made up for the channel, and we'll get some merch going, some Reptile Rich merch. Let me know if that's something you would be interested in. And yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Take it easy. Peace.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.